Are we recording? It should give me like a recording something. Can anybody see if this is recording? Give me a thumbs up or something. Do you see a little recording thing? I never started a call out with the screen share. I thought that it would save us, but apparently it's just causing more problems. That's okay. We're going to get through it. Okay, we are recording. Hey guys, welcome to the Pink Power call tonight. I'm Cody Helmer. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an Emerald Ambassador. I've been with Plexus for a little over 2.5 years, which is pretty crazy. See, it'll be 3 years in March 1st when I joined Plexus. And it's true, time flies when you're having fun. And this past almost 3 years has been an absolute blast. And I have to tell you before we get started, how amazing everything we're doing is amazing. But the relationships and the friendships and you guys make this journey so special. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you getting on, all of your fun and hilarious comments on this post for tonight's call. I love you guys. So, okay, so let's get started. We're going to talk about wording tonight, which is something that I really love. I love recruiting, really. That's my favorite part of working this business is recruiting, talking to people, starting conversations about Plexus, getting people signed up, right? Started on their journey with the products or with the business opportunity. And I was one of the top recruiters of all the jewels in our company for the year of 2016. And it's because of this, what we're going to be talking about tonight, how to reach out to people, how to get people signed up and get people started. So let's go ahead and get started. This first slide is going to blow your mind. Okay, now don't leave. You're probably wondering, what on earth does she mean by care without caring? That makes no sense, right? So hear me out with this. We all care, right? We care about ourselves, our health, our families. We care about the people that we reach out to. We care about our future, right? Working this business. We care about our paychecks. Right? There's a lot of really great things to care about. And all of you guys have that down pat. You wouldn't be here tonight if you didn't care, right? It's the second part that gets people stuck. It's the without caring part. You guys, the best decision that I made in my business, I made very early on in my business. Actually, the day that I decided to work this business. And that was that I wasn't going to care. I wasn't going to care what anybody thought or what anybody said about what I was doing, what I was saying, about reaching out to them. I never feared that someone was going to think that I was salesy. I cared so much about the people that I was reaching out to, and I cared so much that my husband was coming home after working 2 and 3 jobs, totally exhausted to the point that he was falling asleep on the sofa in his police uniform, still with his duty belt on and all. I cared so much about that I didn't care what anybody thought about what I was doing. And you guys have to not care, because what happens when you decide that you're not going to care about the naysayers and the haters and the people who don't get it, you protect yourself from that. You protect yourself from the no's. It's not your job to make everybody want to be healthy and make everybody want a good business opportunity, right? That's not your job. Your job is to present the opportunity to anybody and everybody, but it's not really up to you if they decide to take it. You see what I'm saying? It's up to them. Some people legit do not give a hoot about you, what you're doing, or their health, or changing. Some people are just comfortable where they are. And so it's necessary, before we go in, this is a great segue into messaging people. It's important for you to know before you go out there and you are getting those messages out, it's necessary for you to know that not everybody's going to join you and not everybody's going to get it. Not everybody's going to be ready to get their health together, to get their finances together, and that's okay. But if you can go to bed each night feeling like you've done everything that you could do, you've presented the opportunity to everybody you wanted to present the opportunity to today, you took every opportunity to do so. If you can do that and feel good about that and feel good about yourself every night, then you're winning, right? But if you hesitate because somebody tells you no, or because somebody puts a nasty message on your post or whatever it is, if you hesitate or you stop and it prevents you from helping somebody, they're winning. And when I mean by they, I mean the people who want to hold you into this mediocrity, right? And don't you doubt for a second that they don't have a sleeping bag waiting for you, honey, because they want you there. They don't want to see other people succeed. So it's necessary for you to know this before we move on, okay? There's 3 types of people in this world that you're going to come in contact with, and that's people who know they need to make a change and they have that urgency to do it. That's a small amount of people. Those are the people that's going to join you right away. The vast majority of the people are in the middle group, and that is people who know that they need to make a change, but they don't have an urgency to do so. Those are the people that you're going to be reaching out to a lot, and the people that you're going to be using some of the tools that I'm going to give you tonight for. And then there's the last group, which is a small group, but it's a group nonetheless, and it's the people who don't give a hoot. They don't give a hoot, and that has nothing to do with you, okay? It's not your problem. That's a small amount of people. Please don't let this tiny, tiny amount of people take away from the vast majority of people that need you to speak up, okay? Okay, cool. Here we go. The first thing I want to talk about is exposure versus relationship building. What is the difference? And I wanted to just touch on this really briefly because I do feel like sometimes these get a little twisted, okay? So the difference between an exposure and building a relationship is an exposure looks like this. Hey, maybe you've seen my Plexus posts. I'm curious. Have you ever tried it? That is an exposure. You're exposing someone to your product or to your opportunity, right? Relationship building is something else. Relationship building is important in its own right, especially if you are working on your cold market. If you're like me and you've been doing this for some time and you've tapped out of your warm market, you're building relationships with cold market people. A relationship building message would look like this. Hey girl, I just seen you put up your Christmas tree. That is a good looking Christmas tree. Merry Christmas. That is not an exposure. That is relationship building. It's nice, but it's not an exposure. Okay. I get this a lot, and I wanted to talk about this too. I am just not getting anyone to respond to me. Why? So if you are sending those messages, maybe you're feeling like this too. Like, I'm sending messages all the time, so many messages, but nobody is answering me. First, please know that it happens to all of us. Like, we all get ignored. That is just part of it. I get ignored. Fallon Black is a diamond. She gets ignored. Sonia Dudley gets ignored. We all get ignored. That's okay. But if it's happening a lot, you're not getting anybody to really talk to you, or you feel like it's becoming a problem, right? I always have these three questions that you can ask yourself, or that I'm going to ask you. And the first one is, are you saying too much? You can't say the right thing. No, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And that just basically means if somebody's ready, if they are open to a business opportunity, if they are looking for something that's going to make them healthy and change their life, and if they have a brain and a second to look into these products, look into our clinical studies or our comp plan, they're going to know that this is for them, right? So you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but you can say too much to the right person. So I hope you're following me with this. Now, if you're sending a message and you're saying, hey girl, I seen you post and put up your Christmas tree. That's a good looking Christmas tree. Hey, so I've been using these Plexus products for like 6 months and I really, really love them. Here's my testimony. You should really check them out. I would love to talk to you about your health goals. Here's all the different ways you can order. You got 3 different ways you can order. Here's a couple combos that you can choose. Get back with me. Let me know. Here's my website. You guys, no. If you're doing that, you got to stop it. You are overwhelming people. It definitely overwhelms people. When people are overwhelmed, they hesitate. They can't make a decision because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing. Listen, Chris and Susie McCall will tell you that they were given so many options that they got on their sponsor's website many times and never pulled the trigger because they were overwhelmed with options. They didn't know what to do. Fallon Black, are you raising your hand? What is going on? Okay. She said she lowered it. Okay. So they will tell you that they sat on this opportunity for 6 months because they were overwhelmed. You can't overwhelm people, you guys. This has to be, when you are talking to people, it has to be a teeter-totter, okay? Have you ever been on a teeter-totter, like when you was little and like that like mean kid got on the teeter-totter and just sat there and you're like up here? I mean, I'm small, so I'm like way up here and you can't do nothing. Nobody likes that, okay? It's got to be a teeter-totter. You are having a back and forth conversation. It is not about you spitting everything that you know about Plexus and then letting them make a decision. That's not how it works. People are going to get overwhelmed and they're not going to pay no attention. And I mean, we live in a busy world, right? Everybody thinks they're just so busy. So if they see this big old message coming through their messenger, they're not going to read it. They're not going to read it, you guys. So are you saying too much? You got to kiss. Keep it super simple, okay? Think of that. Keep it super simple. Next, are you reaching out to the wrong people? Now, this is a tough one for me because I don't necessarily feel like I was. Look at those little, who is writing on this? I can't hear. Oh, can you guys hear me? Somebody just wrote, what is going on with, this is the weirdest call I've ever done in my life. Okay, good. You guys could hear me. Okay, good. Whew, just nobody be drawing that nasty on my slides now. I don't understand. Okay, where even was I? As I even talked, reaching out to the wrong people. So I don't necessarily feel like I was the right person. Like, I don't think that you could have gone to my Facebook page and been like, this girl is going to take off. You know what I mean? But so when I'm talking to you about the wrong people, I'm talking about, if people are just not, if they're just not interested, if they're completely ignoring you or you're just getting a bunch of no's, could it be that you're reaching out to the wrong people? Could it be that you're reaching out to negative people who don't like people, right? And you can tell by somebody's Facebook page if they're like that. If you're reaching out to these kind of people with a business opportunity, it's not going to work, right? Are you reaching out to somebody who enjoys that small group of people that I talked about at the beginning of this call? Are you reaching out to the people that are okay with being where they are? They're comfortable. Some people actually enjoy the attention of being sick, which is so sad to me, but it's true. So are you reaching out to the wrong people? Could that potentially be part of the problem? And are you reaching out to enough people? So I want you to think about, when I'm giving you these statistics, I want you to think about the exposures versus the relationships that I just talked to you about, okay? And when I'm giving you the statistics, I'm talking about exposures, okay? Not relationship building, exposures. So statistics show us or tell us that for every 10 messages or 10 exposures that you have, one person is going to show interest. Okay, that is not a Plexus rule. That is just a network marketing statistics. For every 10 exposures, one person will show interest, and that doesn't mean that that one person is going to join you right away. Because we also know, statistics tell us that it takes 5 to 12 exposures or follow-ups for that one person to join you. And 80% of people will, after that, between that 5 and 12 exposures or follow-ups, okay? So I want you to think about that. Are you reaching out to enough people? If you are doing a 3-2-1, which is great, that's the minimum daily IPA to be moving your business forward. Now, when we say moving your business forward, and a 3-2-1 is like a crawl, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But if you want to build a business fast, or you want to get your products paid for fast, think about it this way. 3 posts on Facebook, which is what the 3 stands for. The 2 stands for 2 exposures. If you're doing 2 exposures, it's going to take you 5 days to get your 10, to get your 1 person. Are you reaching out to enough people? Think about that. This is a numbers game, you guys, and the person who talks to the most people wins. Okay, let's move on, because this slide is looking ugly. Y'all keep writing on it. Okay, you guys, you know me. I can talk about Facebook for all night. If you got, like, it's for real. I could talk about this all night. I think Facebook algorithm and attraction marketing and branding is fascinating. But I'm not going to talk to you about all that stuff. I got a video on that on YouTube. There's information in Pink Power and Be the Pink in that as well. So, but what I do want to talk to you is posting on Facebook, and that just being that. You guys, you cannot build a business solely by posting on Facebook. You just can't. You have to be reaching out to people. We're going to be talking about what to say in a second, but you have to be reaching out to people. And here is something that I think you guys are missing, an opportunity that you guys are missing. If you're not checking your likes to see if a potential is liking your stuff, you are missing opportunities. I guarantee it. So we really are focusing on comments, right? And first, let me just say, if you're posting on Facebook and you're not getting a lot of comments or a lot of likes, that's okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because most people, the majority of people, will sit back and they will watch our posts and not necessarily say something. That's why it's so important for you to be reaching out, right? But people are apt to, we're programmed now to like something if it interests us. So if you're not going and clicking on that number of likes that you have on any given post and scrolling through the list, it'll give you a list of people who actually hit the like button, and seeing if there's a potential in there, you're missing an opportunity, okay? So there's probably going to be a lot of Plexus people, because let's just face it, Plexus people get it. If you post something about poop, I am going to probably like it because I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? So they're good. You're going to see lots of Plexus people. But if there's a potential in there, what are you going to do? If they like your post, what am I going to say? You're going to reach out to that person privately, right? You're going to say something like this. Hey, I noticed that you liked my latest Plexus post. Maybe you're just supporting a friend, or maybe you need some help. Either way, I would love to hear if you've ever tried it. That's it. Let them answer. Ask them, have you ever tried it? Can I send you some information? I always end with a question. Always end with a question. Keep it short. But if you see somebody like or comment on your stuff, please private message them and just say, hey, I noticed that you're giving me some love. Maybe you're just supporting me. Maybe you need some help. I would love to talk to you about your health goals. Have you ever tried Plexus? Simple, simple, simple. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is a lot, I know. okay, you don't have to read all of this. We're just going to go over it real quick. This is an actual back and forth message that I had recently with one of my potentials. And this is what happened. I posted on Facebook about PayPal, about Plexus now accepting PayPal. She commented, I just said, who uses PayPal? She just said me. I've never talked to her before. But here's what I did after she commented on my post. Random person. Hey, I love your name. My sister's nickname is the same as hers. I didn't realize many of my friends use PayPal. Plexus now accepts PayPal. And I go on. Have you ever tried it? I ended with a question. I kept it really short, right? I let her answer because it's a back and forth conversation, right? She says that she hasn't, but she'd like to. And so I just really friendly started a back and forth conversation. I asked her about her health goals. She told me the things that she was interested in. I told her that this is not a quick fix, right? Because we want people to understand that this is not a Band-Aid, right? I asked her about her kids, and she said the objection that most people fear, right, is how expensive is it going to be? Listen to me. If you guys are afraid of somebody asking you how much Plexus is, I've got to wonder if you secretly think Plexus is expensive. Because if you truly understood what these products are doing for people, you would know that this is not expensive. I would legit have bake sale after bake sale, and I don't even bake. Like, I would turn a 99-cent box of Pillsbury bake mix into a $20 batch of brownies. I mean, I am telling you, this stuff is good, and it is so not expensive. So you got to change your mindset on that. If you are scared of that, you may subconsciously think that Plexus is expensive. And let me tell you this, we can put our beliefs on to people. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later in this call. But we do that. We do that without even knowing it, okay? So where am I at? I got this thing right in the middle of my... Okay, so we're having our back and forth conversation. Notice that I gave her one recommendation, and it was the triplex combo, and I gave her one way to sign up, not all three, because we know, you guys, we know wholesale is the way to go. It is the cheapest way to go. So why on earth would we give people a bunch of options? We know that everybody needs to start with a triplex because it is the foundation of your health. So why give them a bunch of options? We want people to have the best results the fastest. And that is going to be by getting their body balanced and healthy, right? Okay, so I sent her a quick triplex video. This is just the triplex video from your back office. I use this all the time. You can use the one from your back office. This one's just from YouTube because I find that if the one from the back office, I'm going to tell you, I'm a little afraid that someone's just going to hit shop now and not know to join. And I want to keep the conversation going, right? So I personally use the one from YouTube. So she says she needs this in her life. So we start talking about the pricing a little bit. And then if you notice, she says, I get paid on Friday, so it will have to be Friday. And I just tell her, perfect, I will check in with you on Friday. Now, if she said, I have to wait for payday, you better believe I would have been asking her when her payday is so that I can put it on the calendar. And I would have just said something like this. Perfect. When is your payday so I can get it on the calendar? I want to make sure that I'm free. If you have any questions, I am so excited for you to get started. Something like that. And then I followed up with her on payday. I put it in the calendar of my phone and I followed through. I followed up with her. So that is what a normal conversation looks like for me, you guys. And it is similar. It's not the same every time, but it is similar each time. Okay, so here's another couple of things. What if they say no? If they say no, you guys, it's okay. It's okay if they don't want what we're serving, right? It's totally okay. So if someone tells me no, they're completely not interested, I'm going to say, no problem. It sounds like the timing's just not right for you. I am on a mission, though, to help as many people get healthy and happy as I possibly can. Do you know anybody that struggles with sleep issues, skin issues, stomach issues? I would love to help. And that's it. Let them tell me if they know anybody that struggles with those things, because that's going to do two things. Maybe get me some referrals, right? Maybe. Or they're going to have said no without knowing what they were saying no to. And by me saying those things, they're going to think, well, I struggle with sleep issues. I struggle with stomach issues. Like, I don't feel good. Like, this is something that could help me feel better. And it might get a conversation going. It's happened. Or what if they say they're using a competitive product? So the thing about the competitive products, I would just ask them, do you like them? Are you seeing the results that you hoped that you would see with the products that you're currently using? If they say no, then tell me about your health goals. I could recommend some products that may be better for you. If they say yes, though, you guys, it is not your job to change their mind. If they are happy with what they're using, I just personally say that is awesome. I am so glad that you found something that that works for you and that you're excited about. Congratulations on taking your health seriously. Not everybody does that. I look forward to watching your journey unfold on Facebook. Something like that, something supportive, because you know what, you guys, if you be nasty and you're like, well, Plexus is better, like, nobody's got time for a daggone argument, for real. Like, we have a sale going on. Nobody's got time for it. It is not my job to change their mind. But if they do ever change their mind, they're going to remember me, because my message to them was going to be nice, right? Where not a lot of people are that nice, right? So think about that. Next slide here is what happens when the conversation goes cold or the conversation dies. So this happens too. It happens to the best of us. But my first tip is to don't let it die. It sounds simple, right? No, don't let it die. Try to schedule everything. Do you have 10 minutes this evening for us to chat? Hey, I gotta run. No problem. I totally get it. When can we chat again? Something like that. Try not to let it die. And I'm telling you, when you're doing that back and forth, that conversation, it's easier to lose it when you don't do that. When you give them a big blob of information and then you're just sitting here like twiddling your thumbs waiting for them to message you, that's when I feel like a conversation dies. But it still does happen. Remember, though, the 5 to 10 exposure rule. The conversation might not really be dead, okay? Because statistics show us that it takes 5 to 12 exposures for somebody to be ready and somebody to join us. You guys, an ignored message is not a no. Keep following up with people. Keep following up. So, like, what would a follow-up look like if I'm having a back and forth conversation with somebody and the conversation goes cold? I might follow up with that person, and I don't wait very long, maybe like a day or two, and I would follow back up. Hey, do you have 10 minutes to chat this evening? I would love to touch base again and see if we can't get you started on those products that we talked about. Maybe I say, hey, Sarah, I was just scrolling through and found this article on migraines, and I really thought that it went with what we talked about earlier and how everything is connected to the gut. I thought that you would find this really interesting. I'm shooting it over. I hope we can connect soon. Let me know what you think about this article. I always ask people to let me know their opinions, because people like to give their opinion. So they're more apt to get back to me with their opinion, right? So maybe I keep following up. If they're just ignoring me, nothing's happening, I give people the benefit of the doubt, you guys, because I don't automatically go to that place of, oh my gosh, they hate Plexus, they don't want to join, oh geez, like, don't do that. Give people the benefit of the doubt. I totally ignored Fallon's follow-up because I did not have the money. Like I was still going through all of my bills to see what like little bits I could take from here and there so that I could put enough together to get my walk-up pack. So give people the benefit of the doubt. People are busy, things happen. Circumstances change though, so keep following up with people. So maybe I'm still following up. Maybe they're still ignoring me. What am I saying? Maybe I say, hey, Sarah, I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope everything's okay. Can I pray for you? I mean, really, maybe she's going through some stuff. I don't know. Maybe I follow up again and I say, Sarah, I am really, really good at what I do. So I'm going to continue to follow up with you until you tell me to stop. I would love to hear, though, are you still interested in getting healthy for the holidays or healthy for the new year? If she still ignores me and we are past the 12 exposures and at this point it is ridiculous, what do? I take the opportunity away from them. So I will say, hey, Sarah, I really don't want to waste your time or mine. So I'm going to take you off of my follow-up list at this point, but I want you to know that I am here for you when you are ready. I know that you would be amazing at this, or that you would love these products and they would make you feel so much better. So I want you to know that when you're ready, I am here and we are going to rock this thing and we're going to get you healthy and it's going to be awesome. And that's it. I have had people at that point come back to me and say, answer my message after not answering 20 daggone messages. And they will say, no way, I am interested in Plexus. And I'm thinking, well, where did you go? Like, what is going on? Are you in the witness protection program or something? But it happens, you guys. But listen, we don't know unless we ask. So ask people. When you're following up, don't just say, can I get you signed up? Are you ready? Let's do it. Here we go. I would love to hear from you. Don't do that. Ask people. Hey, we talked about how these products are going to make your stomach feel so much better. Tell me why you're not pulling the trigger on this. You obviously have some reservations. What questions can I answer for you? Those types of follow-ups, okay? Try to get an interaction instead of just saying, let's get you signed up. Okay. What do I say about the business opportunity? You guys, we know that the vast majority of people are suffering from gut issues, right? I mean, it's just the world we live in today. Our food is crud, like most of the things that we do put in and on our body are crud. A large percentage of Americans are overweight, but just about the same percent of people are also struggling financially. Okay, so you have got to get passionate about sharing this business. Okay, so this quote is like my favorite quote ever. You don't build a business, you build people and they build a business. And that is a Zig Ziglar quote, one of my faves. So this is how I present the business. I build belief in people that they can do it. That's how I present the business opportunity. So I would say something like this. Sarah, I love following you on Facebook. Listen, you would be absolutely amazing at what I do. I would love to chat with you for about 10 minutes. Are you free this evening at 8 p.m.? Something like that. But you build belief in the person that they can do it. It's also important for you to know that I don't tell people, I make a 6-figure income and you can make 6 figures and that would be awesome. I don't do that because statistics show us and that most people, they don't believe that they can. They don't dream that way. And of course, we push people to dream bigger than what they initially start out at, right? We push people to dream bigger, but people don't dream like that. So I present it as I would love to help you earn an extra couple $100s a month. Would an extra couple $100s a month help you and your family at all right now? What could you use an extra couple $100s a month for? And they tell me. And when they tell me on the phone what they're going to use this extra couple $100s a month for, it's usually something really personal, like Christmas gifts because it's really tight this year, or our daughter's been wanting to take ballet classes for like 5 years, and we have never had that extra money to do it. You're going to get somebody's why out that way, but you first have to build belief in that person that they can do it. Maybe you say, hey, I help people. I help moms every day earn a little extra cash from home. Would that be something that you would be interested in? Would an extra couple $100s help you at all right now? Something like that. But you've got to build belief in people, you guys. So I hope that empowers you to spread the business a little bit more, because not everybody can go out and say, I make a six-figure income with Plexus. I don't even do that, and I do. Okay, so let's talk about what not to say. Let me move this little camera here. Okay. Talked a little bit about what to say. Let's talk about what not to say. You guys have to lose the permission words like just and I feel. So there is a big difference between saying, hey, Sarah, I just wanted to message you today to see if you would be interested in a little bit of information. I feel like you would be really good at this business that I do. Would it be okay if I sent you some info? Something like that. Versus taking out these weak words and using more stronger words. I don't know. So check this out. So if I take those out and I say, hey, Sarah, I am messaging you today because you would be amazing at what I do. I am sending you over some information right now. Check it out. Do you have 10 minutes tonight that we can connect and talk about it? Huge difference, right? Listen, confidence is important, okay? But confidence is a learned skill. It really, really is. I started out very fearful and not necessarily confident, but you got to fake it till you make it. And this is one way that you can fake it till you make it, okay? You take out these weak words out of your vocabulary, just like I can't, boop, it's out the window. That is a weak word. But you build your confidence by doing things like this, by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, by growing, by continuing to message people, even if you're afraid, by little wins. Those things build your confidence. But lose those permission words, okay? Next thing, stop saying it's expensive. You guys got to quit saying it's expensive. So like an example of this would be, hey, I know that this is expensive, but you could afford it if you got rid of your soda, if you could get off your cigarettes, those types of things, right? How many of us have said it? I'm guilty. I've said that before in the beginning. You got to stop saying it's expensive. We subconsciously put these things in people's minds, okay? If you think it's expensive, you could potentially be planting seeds that you don't necessarily want to be planting, okay? So don't say it's expensive. Don't say it's not expensive, because if you say it's not expensive, you're basically saying, I think you think it's expensive, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that right now. Don't say that. Just don't even use the word, okay? I like to say, if somebody says, how much does it cost? I'll say it's completely affordable, especially if you understood what this is doing for people. I would pay way more for it. Okay, stop saying MLM has a bad rap. So maybe you are out there and you're talking about the business opportunity to somebody and you're like, I know multi-level marketing's got a bad rap, but Plexus is different. And you think you're saying something good, But really, you just planted a seed that multi-level marketing has a bad rap, right? Listen to me when I say that if Fallon Black would have told me that multi-level marketing had a bad rap, I may have taken a second and been like, what now? Like, I'm not sure about that, right? Can I tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I had no idea what multi-level marketing was. So if Fallon would have said, or MLM has a bad rap, but Plexus is totally different, she would have been planting a seed in my mind that wasn't there. Don't say it. Plexus is different. It's way different than most multi-level marketing companies, but you ain't got to say that. You can say Plexus is different. Plexus does multi-level marketing the way it could be done, should be done, but rarely is. You can say that, but don't say multi-level marketing has a bad rap, okay? Stop saying you're busy. I know you are so busy, but if you have just a couple of minutes in a day, you can work this business. Don't say that. We're all busy. I mean, come on, let's just be real. Every single one of us is busy, but we make time. You are all, I don't even know how many people are on here, but you are all on here making time because it's important to you. Even the president of the United States has time to go play golf. I mean, let's just be realistic. Everybody has time to do it if they believe it's important. So don't say that you're busy. Instead of saying, I know you're busy, but you could work this into the nooks and crannies of your day and during nap time, and we can just get this done. Instead of saying something like that, you can say, listen, my friend Cody Helmer has got 6 kids and her husband was a police officer. If she can do this, we can do this, right? Let's do it. That's totally different. So the last thing is to say nothing. Don't say nothing, you guys. If your mouth is closed, your business is closed. Think about why you're doing this and just do it scared, okay? You've got to speak up. Okay. Last tips. We're almost done. I don't even know what time it is. I'm not even going to look, you guys. Okay, my last tips, okay? Use emojis. So studies show that emojis make people feel happy when they read them. So most people will stop and read a post that has emojis in it versus one that doesn't. And when people do, they generally feel happier. So use emojis. Smile, you guys. Smile even when you talk. It changes the way that you sound when you smile, when you talk. Just smile more often, period, right? Personally, I like to get myself my mood right when I am going to work, because we work with people, you guys. You have to be positive and happy, right? Or nobody's going to want to talk to you. So I like personally to listen to music. I have my favorite alternative Christian music. I'm jamming to Jesus while I'm typing to you guys. I was jamming to Jesus while I'm making this slideshow for you guys that y'all are writing all over. That's what I do to get ready for my day. So smile more. You guys, voice messenger is your best friend. Voice messenger is an awesome, awesome tool in your private messenger on Facebook. If you are not using it, you're missing a really, really great way to connect with people. So when people can hear your excitement, it's just so much better. When they can hear your passion, when they can hear how much you care, it's so much better. People can connect with you. Use those voice messages. And you guys, I have heard, just let me just for a second, I have heard people tell me that that's not them. It's not me to sound that way. My friends would know that I'm being fake. My friends would know that I'm being phony. Listen to me. If it is not like you to be happy, uplifting, and make people feel good about themselves, then honey, I don't know if you are in the right business. That is not normal behavior. I think you need to be on our next book study. That's not normal, you guys. It's not, and it's not okay. So smile, make people feel good. We are in the people business. Customer service is our thing. That's what we do. We care about people. We care and love on people all day long. And the last tip is to be like Nike and just do it. That is my red color personality showing. Be like Nike, just do it. One last thing before we go. Uh-oh. Don't be looking at that now. Skipping ahead. Okay, this is 20% tool set and 80% mindset, you guys, this whole business. And I wanted to touch on that because you have the tools, okay? You don't have to be anything other than yourself when you do this business. There is no jewel mold that you need to fit into. You just need to do the best version of you, and that's it. But the tools, you got the tools now. You know what to say. We just talked about it. You've got all the training in Pink Power Team. You've got incredible leaders. These ladies are amazing who pour into those pages. Pink Power, I know some other jewels have their pages. I have Be the Pink pages or Be the Pink page. You guys have the tools. 80% of this is mindset. That's what's up here. You holding yourself back. You know how to do it. It's just getting yourself to do so. Overcoming fear, doing it anyway. That is the hard part. Multi-level marketing is not hard. It's really simple. You share something you love and then you get other people to share it and you get other people to share it and so on and so forth, right? It's not hard. What's hard is getting yourself out of your comfort zone, messaging people when you're afraid to message people, overcoming the rejection, all of those things. But you are in the right place. I promise you, you are in the right place. You are in the right company. You are in the best company of in our team. Our team culture here in Pink Power and these other teams with these other ladies is incredible. So you're in the right place. You have the right community. You've got everything that you need to be successful, but you've got to overcome this. Okay, you guys have the tools in your tool belt. The rest is totally up to you. Now, this is going to go in the team page, of course, and all of these sample wordings that I gave you guys during this call, all written out here. So you guys can go back later and you can write those down if you want to. So, okay, let's stop the screen share so I can see everybody. Oh, hey guys. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and stop this recording now, and then I will scroll through real quick and see if we have any questions, okay?